Counting double-digit thousands.
First-person shooters have long been a gaming staple, with hundreds of shooters released over the last 3 decades. Just when the genre seems to run around, a truly great game comes along, revitalizing the space. We judge these shooters on a combination of their shooting mechanics, influence, innovation and refinement. Welcome to Everything Top 10, where every Saturday we release a new video, and today we're looking at top FPS in-game.
Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather.
So to kick it off at number 10 we have Grand Theft Auto 5. If there's a video game in this list that doesn't need any description, it's GTA. The reason why this game made it to the list is because of all the new patches for the Xbox One and the PS4 versions of the game that features an FPS mode that can be activated with the tap of a button.
No, nigga. You sounding more and more like a snee-eye itch every day.
Hell no,
yeah.
nigga, I sound like somebody trying to make some paper and not get killed.
Consider this is the first time Rockstar has ever added a first-person view to any of its games. Not only does it fit into the game, but it actually plays out really smoothly. Whether it's Michael DeSanta loading a rifle and seeing the empty shells dropping down, Franklin Clinton driving a car while keeping an eye on the speedometer, or getting Trevor Phillips into a fistfight with an old pedestrian, first-person view adds an entirely new dimension to this masterpiece that warrants a replay.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalms 23, verse 4.
At number 9 we have Far Cry 4. The game takes place in Kyrat, a fictional Himalayan country. The main story follows Ajay Gale, who is caught in a civil war involving Kyrat's kingpin Pagan Min and a rebel movement known as the Golden Path. The world of Far Cry 4 is massive in size and amazingly well done. It makes the player want to explore for progression while also appreciating its beauty. The game offers a story campaign, side quests, RPG elements for many upgrades and performance boosts. It gives the player a lot of variety in terms of developing their character and their strengths and weaknesses. Far Cry 4 also offers a co-op multiplayer mode, where you can team up with your buddy to explore the mountains, rivers, forests and villages, as well as clearing the outpost by defeating the enemies together. And as we slide into number 8, this game was one of the most anticipated Xbox One games at the time of its release, none other than Battlefield 4, the game known for its military warfare. It does everything bigger and better than the previous instalments. It does not only look better, but also run smoother. Battlefield 4 is a success for its amazing multiplayer portion of the game, however the single player campaign is not one of its main selling points due to its short length and shallow story, featuring bland characters. Well, the multiplayer mode is where Battlefield 4 shines. Who thought chaos would look so beautiful until I saw the amazing visual fidelity of the game, with up to 64 players in a shootout using all sorts of weapons, bombs, gadgets and vehicles in action. Battlefield 4 has a true next generation multiplayer experience to it.
Bang bang, they shot them down. Bang bang, they hit the ground.
At number 7 we have Titanfall. Now it's a multiplayer first person shooter game that was released exclusively for the Xbox One by Respawn Entertainment, the developers that made the Call of Duty franchise until 2010. Titanfall offers a different take on multiplayer shooters by adding a new layer to the mayhem on screen. The player can not only choose his pilot, the protagonist, but also his Titan and customize it. Titans are giant battle mechs that the player can control at will. By playing either one of the two modes called Campaign or Classic, the player can level up and unlock new weapons, abilities and customization options for both pilots and Titans.
This must not go on. This is injustice.
must end!
Number 6 is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is a sequel to the third entry into the Deus Ex universe. It features a single-player story in the first-person perspective and a third-person cover system. This game combines elements of a first-person shooter with a role-playing upgrade system and the dialogue options. Mankind Divided is set in the year 2029, 2 years after the events of Human Revolution and the Org incident, an event which mechanically augmented humans became uncontrollable and lethally violent. The game offers the players a choice to either go to lethal or non-lethal. Early on, one of the characters asks the player how they would like to tackle the mission, and the player will be provided with the weapons and gadgets based on that choice.
They beat us to the bone. No one knows how.
Number 5 is Wolfenstein: The New Order. There are times where we wonder about different what-if scenarios. Questions we often ask ourselves like, what if the pyramids were made by aliens? What if there was a zombie apocalypse coming? What if the Nazis won the Second World War? Machine Games expands their imagination in the last what-if scenario with Wolfenstein: The New Order, which takes place in an alternate universe where the Nazis actually won World War II. The story features the main protagonist called William B.J. William B.J., a war veteran who tries to put an end to the Nazis' rule once and for all. The game encourages different playstyles as it gives the player an option to go in guns blazing or stealthy infiltrate and take out enemies one by one like a ghost. This design not only provides the player with an option to choose his playstyle, but also add replay value to the game.
Someone needs to go in there and find him. Go undercover.
Any volunteers?
America's been trying to install democracies in nations for a century, and it hasn't worked one time.
At number 4, we have Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. When you ask for a Kleenex, what you really need is a tissue. Similarly, the Call of Duty franchise, regardless of its detractors, has almost become a synonym to the term first-person shooter with its annual release. In this iteration of the franchise, we see the developers taking a futuristic take on the Call of Duty universe. The game takes place from 2054 to 2061, where the House of Cards star Kevin Spacey steals the show with his amazing performance in a single-player campaign. We see the addition of the new exoskeleton suits to complement the classic Call of Duty gameplay formula. The futuristic exosuit increases the player's physical capabilities and features multiple abilities. If you ever wondered what it would feel like to jump 50 feet in the air during a multiplayer match, you can check out your surroundings before planning your next move. You can try that now.
And that's where I come in.
We called it The Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever.
And at number 3 we've got Destiny. After Bungie, that developed the famous Halo series, split from Microsoft to gain more creative freedom in their development process, gamers all over the world have been anxiously waiting for their next big game and its potential. Considering the developers were off the chains and laser focused on creating a fresh new FPS multiplayer experience, well, Destiny is the result, and it does not disappoint when it comes to gameplay. Destiny is an online-only game that offers a main co-op single-player mode as well as Crucible. The game lets the player choose their protagonist out of 3 classes: Hunter, Titan or Warlord. Each different class represents a different playstyle, which offers distinct skills, abilities and attires. Even though the much-hyped single-player campaign leaves a lot to be desired, there is no denying that the gameplay is top-notch, and the worlds that Bungie created are worth visiting.
Three, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
And the runner-up spot goes to Overwatch. It may have taken Blizzard Entertainment 17 long years to create a new IP, but it sure delivers. Overwatch is a 6 vs 6 arena character shooter game. In times like these, when almost every shooter features a dark setting and a serious badass main character, Overwatch freshens things up with its light-hearted style that focuses on the fun aspect of FPS shooters.
Teleporter online.
The game features a total of 12 different maps and 21 heroes to choose from, and offers 4 different modes to play in: Escort, Assault, Hybrid and Control. Each mode has been assigned separate maps to them, and they have been specifically designed for the game modes they have been tied to.
I do not trust you.
So, taking the top spot for top FPS games is Halo 5 Guardians. Halo 5 is the 5th entry into the critically acclaimed Halo franchise, developed by 343 Industries to run natively on the Xbox One. As the number 1 in the title suggests, Halo 5 does everything bigger and better than its predecessors. It introduces crisp player movement, open level design, a new addictive multiplayer mode and a 4-player co-op campaign structure. The game also features higher visual fidelity and a full-fledged single-player campaign worth 8 to 10 hours to sink into. The meat of the game, however, much like its previous instalments, is the multiplayer section of the game that features multiple returning modes. Thank you for watching, and if you have any more top 10 suggestions, please do let us know in the comments section. If you like what you've seen, don't forget to subscribe, like the video and share with your friends.